to my channel. Today's video is how to make your foundation last all day. I know that a lot of people have trouble with their makeup slipping and sliding all over their face, and even when you use a primer or set it with a powder, it's really hard to really get that nice looking foundation to stay all day. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want a updated foundation or brow or any type of routine, leave that down in the comments and I'll be sure to do that for you. First, you want to pick your foundation shade. Right now I'm in between the two, which I haven't even showed you this first impressions yet. It is filmed. I'm just waiting to edit it and upload it. Yeah. So I'm mixing right now the Maybelline Dream Wonder and the Neutrogena Longwear Makeup. So I'm mixing these guys right now. This one you have to shake really well, so we're gonna do that. You want to take a brush like this. Any foundation brush will work. Even the stippling brushes will work for this technique, but this is how I personally do it to make my foundation last a lot longer. Pretty much all day I don't have a problem. If I am using a primer that day, I will use my Youth Code Pore Vanisher. I did apply that already, but even on the days where I don't apply it, my foundation lasts a really long time. So I'm just going to take some of this and just get that kind of in the highlighted areas of the face. And then I'm going to go in with my other foundation and blend it all out. So I'm just going to, I have it on the back of this like Q-tip thing. I'm just going to go ahead and dot this all over the face. But you don't want to apply too much at once. You kind of want to just build it up. So this is the technique right here that you really want to pay attention to. So now that I have my mirror, I'm just going to start pressing this into the skin with my brush. So you can see that I am not swiping, I'm not buffing, I am simply just doing pressing motions all over the skin. You want to bring it down, obviously, and blend it all out. The reason you're doing pressing motions is because when you do pressing motions into your skin, it allows your skin and your face to really absorb the foundation instead of just resting on top of it. So the reason that we press it in is so that it absorbs into the skin and it lasts a lot longer. So once you have pressed it into the skin, as you can see, I'm just doing like stippling motions, and that's how I know that the stipple brush does also work for this technique, because I've used it with the stippling brush. It is a little bit more complicated, I guess. I don't know. It took me a really long time to get used to a stippling brush. I don't know if it's just me or what, but it took me so long to get used to the stippling brush. So as you can see, I haven't been swiping like this. I haven't been buffing like this. I've just been tapping. So once you have that nice and tapped all over your face and you feel like you have a good enough coverage, you can simply go in and just buff. But you don't want to apply too much pressure. So you can, okay, my battery died. So when you're pressing into the skin, you're doing a very light pressure. That's the word I'm looking for. So you're doing a very light pressure all over the face. And you can kind of do a medium pressure, but you don't want to tug or anything like that at your face. So then when you go in to buff, you just simply really want to, you're pretty much blending it as you buff. Still, we're not swiping, we're still patting and then just buffing the areas of the face where you feel like you need to blend it more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab a little bit extra foundation where I feel like I need a little bit extra coverage. I have a big mirror over in this area, so if I'm looking over there, that is why. So I feel like I need a little extra coverage in my chin area. I've been having a ton of breakouts. It's just cray. So right there, and then maybe a little bit on my cheeks and around my nose where we all get our feminine redness. So I'm just going to, again, press and tap that into the face. When you do this technique, you don't even really need to do a lot of buffing at all anyway, because the tapping motion is going to blend out your foundation, in my opinion, so much better, and it looks like skin. Instead of, you know how you can see girls that have foundation on and you can really tell they're wearing foundation. Not only does it look really, really caked up, but also you can tell because it has a bunch of streaks and it's not blended properly. When I do my foundation, I like to make sure that it looks like skin. As you can see, it is nice and glowy and everything like that. My skin, I like my skin to look like skin. Yeah. Okay, the reason I use a brush for this technique, not only because it gives you a nice look about the skin, and not only because you can sit there and press it into the skin, but when I use my beauty blender for any foundation, I notice that A, my foundation doesn't last as long, and B, it blends it nicely into the skin, but almost too much. So you have a very sheer coverage foundation. If that's what you're going for, go for the beauty blender. That's amazing. But I like to use my beauty blender for my concealer and to, if I need to give back some moisture into my skin, sometimes I'll just dab it around, you know, any areas that are dry. But overall, I do really like to use this brush for this technique because, like I said, it gives you a nice full coverage and everything like that. So I think that's about it, and I'm going to do my rest of my face. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. So that is how you make your foundation stay all day. It's super easy and super simple. It really prolongs the longevity of your foundation, and it really does change the way that it looks throughout the day. I know that it's really weird. It's just a simple technique that I found that really, really, really does help. Using your beauty blender can sheer out your foundation, and if you really want a nice coverage foundation all day that doesn't look cakey and looks good throughout the day and stays put, then definitely try this technique and let me know in the comments how you liked it. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any suggestions for what to do next, leave that down below. Like up this video if it did help you in any way, and all my social media is always down below. I think that's it. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.